Good morning, students. How are you? So this is Miss Wilson, you guys, and I'm so glad to be coming into your homes today. I just want to take a few minutes to say we miss you all here at school. We are going to get through this and everything is going to be okay. So what I wanted to share with you really briefly is I am working on all of your four-year plans. So we started working in all of our classes, on those four-year plans. And I know Miss Wilson said, hey, I'm going to come back again, but then everything kind of happened. And so I am unable to get back to you in your classrooms, but we are able to chit chat here. So what I've started to do is go through your four-year plans. This is how I'm working it. I wanted you to be able to know. So I have my guide and I'm going to put a link to the guide that you can find online. So you don't have to have your book. There will be a link to the guide that you'll be able to go in and just look at it online. I also have all of your registration forms that you filled out and turned in for West Brunswick. Now, if you're a part of my students that are going to South Brunswick, we don't have your forms, but I still have your four-year plans in my Google Drive. You have access, like I've told you before, to your four-year plans via your Google Drive. If you cannot find it in Drive, go into Google Sheets and look for your name four-year plan. You should be able to pull it up just like that. Here's what I've been doing. Now, I have been posting or I will, if something on your sheet is not correct, or if your registration form has a different class. So say you signed up for English 1, but your teacher recommended you for English 1 honors, right? What Miss Wilson has done is I've clicked on English 1. I've put in a comment that says, per your registration form for West Brunswick, please make an adjustment to this course. You have been recommended for English 1 honors. And then I have left a comment there. When you click on that course, on that class, you should then be able to select the drop-down menu, click English 1 honors, and then beside my comment, click resolve, and that'll make the comment go away. The way that you'll know that there's a comment on your course is if you look on each box, if there is a little yellow orange triangle in the box, I've made a comment there. And you should also have received an email notification saying Miss Wilson has left you a comment. So I'm able to see when you resolve it. One of my students last night went in and resolved 3 of her things because she was one of those students who had put down English, but her teachers, when I looked at her form, said recommend for honors. So she went in and fixed that. No problem. These, again, remember, are going to follow you when you go over to West Brunswick or South, those of you who are going to South. And so it'll be perfect, no problem. So I'm just wanting to make this connection with you guys to let you know that I am working every single day on your classrooms, on your four-year plans. It's taking me a little bit longer because I have to go through every class day by, every student. And then sometimes I will miss something and then I'll go back and say, oh, let me do this. So a couple of things to remember if you want to just check your sheets before I even get to them. You can only get credit for the class one time. I'm seeing on sheets weightlifting 3 times. You can only get credit for weightlifting 1 time. So you'll have to go in and make an adjustment. But remember on page, I think it's 40. Let me find it because I want to be right. 48. On page 48 and 49, your PE choices are listed. So you'll be able to go in and look to see if I can't take weightlifting, what other options do I have? So let's consider leisure sports as an option in 10, 11, and 12. Advanced team sports is 10, 11, and 12. Total body fitness is 10, 11, and 12. And then you have your sports medicine 1 and 2. So there are additional PE classes that you can sign up to take. However, you can only take the weightlifting class at West Brunswick 1 time. Remember that weightlifting and conditioning 1 is all they offer at West Brunswick. They don't have the 2 weightlifting. So that's only offered at North and South. So remember, depending on what high school you are transitioning into, you have that stipulation. The other thing to remember is when you're doing a level 1 and a level 2 class, you have to have the level 1 class first. So I found yesterday somebody had taken Spanish 2, and then the next year they wanted to take Spanish 1. Flip-flop those classes. You have to have Spanish 1 first and then Spanish 2. First level, second level, no problem. For that last math, for most of us, we're going to have to type in math 4 because it's not a part of the drop-down menu. No problem, just type it in. It'll say invalid entry, but it's perfectly fine. So those were a couple of things that I wanted to tell you. Also remember, when you're doing fine arts is vocal music, band, visual arts, and theater and dance. Those couple of things. So if you're going into visual arts 1, but then you want to specialize in either drawing or painting, you will have to have visual arts 1, but then you will also need to take visual arts specialization before you can take drawing or painting. So that's how it rolls down at West. There's a little bit of a difference in that visual arts. You have to take visual arts 1 and then the specialization class in order to specialize in drawing or painting. If you're not going to specialize in drawing or painting, you can take visual arts 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you so choose to do all 4 of the regular art, not the specialization. If you want to specialize in drawing or painting, you're visual arts 1, then you go into visual arts specialization, and then you do drawing A, drawing B, or painting A, painting B. So that was something that I wanted to make clear to you on that. Also, if you're signing up for JROTC and you're taking that all 4 years, even if you're only taking it 1 year, JROTC is 2 elective spaces on your 4-year plan because it is year long. You'll take it in the fall and you'll take it again in the spring. So JROTC is all year long. That counts as 2 elective credits on your sheet. So in one of my next videos, I am going to flip the camera around and actually take you into setting up that 4-year plan. I'm going to actually have do a student schedule for 11th grade. So I will bring you into how that's going to look for a specific student. So if you have any questions about the 4-year plans and the next days moving forward, please take time to look at those plans, go back and really think about what classes you want to have, what, now that you have really some time to sit and think about it, do I really want to do this or that, or however it's going to shake down? So over the next coming days, you will begin to see me make comments on your 4-year plans, and then I will also take questions if you have them. Send me an email if you have questions in regards to 4-year plans. That would be very helpful, and I'll be happy to respond. Or if you have a question on, one of your classes, please just leave me a comment or send me an email, like I said, and I'll be happy to go back and interact with you. Please sit down with your parents and just have them to look over what you're thinking about and planning for. Get their input. Also, if you think you need teacher recommendations, send your teachers an email and say, hey, I'm going back over my plans. I'm trying to decide. What do you think? Most of your teachers, all of your teachers for the forms I've picked up, have put their signatures beside the classes that they are recommending you for with no problem. And so I have those. Again, your teachers are still available to you. They are just possibly working from home. Don't worry. We're still here to help you and do the very best that we can for you as you're at home and as some of us are at home. But it's all going to be great. If you have any questions, again, just leave me a comment, and be looking forward to some additional videos that will specifically break down career elective choices or fine arts elective choices as we move forward in the 4-year planning process. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.